live streamed. Okay, I think we can start. 10:30 India time, I believe. Okay, so welcome everyone. Good morning. Good morning to everybody joining us from India. Good evening, good afternoon to everybody joining us from elsewhere. My name is Yashaswini, and I am the president for Indian Students Association for the year 2022-23. For those of you that attended our webinar one, you might have a brief idea how these things go. For those of you that didn't, so how it works is we will be presenting a series of topics today. My team members here from the ISA board will be joining me, and we'll be presenting topics of interest to new and incoming students. And we will be having a live Q&A at the end of the webinar. I will request, though, it does get a little difficult for us to answer each question in the chat section, and it does tend to get a little bit overwhelming. So I just want to request everyone to either hold off your questions till the end for the live Q&A, or wait until the end until we've covered a lot of the topics. With that being said, I will dive into what we're going to be covering today. So for those of you that attended our last webinar, you might know that we covered different topics such as on-campus, off-campus housing, finances, how to manage your expenses in the US, and things like that. Today, we'll be talking a little bit more on the formal proceeding side of it, especially with regards to your ISSC check-in, with regards to your RATA opportunities available for Indian students, international students, as well as on-campus job opportunities. I know that a lot of you have been waiting for these topics. Again, reiterating, please hold off your questions until the end, just to make sure that you aren't missing anything that we're saying in the webinar. We'll be having a couple of different speakers today, but to start off with, we will start with ISSC and SEVIS. So ISSC is the International Students and Scholars Center, which is the department at ASU that is mainly concerned with international student services. They will be your first point of contact in the States. I believe most of you that have already been issued your I-20s, that have gone through that process, have already been introduced to some or the other aspect of the ISSC. And they will also be helping you throughout your journey here with regards to your on-campus job employment opportunities, how to apply, how to fill your taxes, just various things that an international student would need in that capacity in the US, and they will be your first point of contact for it all. Now, the very first thing that international students need to do once they arrive at Tempe is something known as a SEVIS check-in. This will be a priority hold on your MyASU portals. If you remember, if you attended our last webinar, we went through the different segments and the different tabs on your MyASU. And one of the most important priority tasks on there will be your SEVIS check-in. And this is mandatory for all international students, irrespective of what course you're studying, what department you're studying in. If you are holding an F1 visa, irrespective of what university you're attending, this is something that every international student in the US has to do. And this is mandatory, and it is recommended that you do it on the day of or the next day of your arrival at ASU. So up until recently, this process did used to be in person, but starting a couple of years back, they have moved it completely online. So you can go to ISSC's portal and you can access the e-form to do your SEVIS check-in. All of this information, I know it'll be a little bit overwhelming right now. And to make all of this information readily available to you as you guys start coming into the US, all of this information is available on ISSC's YouTube channel in the form of a how to do video as well. And we will be circulating these links later on in the WhatsApp groups, on all our forums, basically. Okay, so we will have a small overview right now by Landon Davison, who is the co-advisor of ISA. Unfortunately, since given the time zone and how late it is here, he is not able to attend in person today, but he has prepared a short video for us outlining and going over the SEVIS check-in process and how to do this. Now, again, repeating again, not only will this webinar be live streamed and shared to the ISA YouTube channel, all of this information is available on ISSC's YouTube channel, on the ISA YouTube channel, everywhere, and they're all easily accessible for you guys at a later time as well. But without any further delay, let's, okay. Okay, 1 minute. We will be playing that video right now. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Landon Davison, and I'm one of the co-advisors for the Indian Student Association. I also happen to work at the International Students and Scholars Center. So I was asked to give a brief talk to y'all today about kind of what to expect when you arrive on campus. So I'm going to go very, very quickly through the CBIS check-in process. There's plenty of information on our website about this, and including hopefully a version of this video that we're going to be uploading at some point. So stay tuned for that. This is a good trial run for that. So CBIS new student check-in is a mandatory process, part of US immigration policies. You must check in with the institution that's overseeing your immigration record. Who must complete new student check-in? F and J1 students attending ASU for the first time, or those returning using a new initial I-20. I imagine that's going to be most of you in that first category, though, attending ASU for the first time. You should arrive no later than the start date listed on your I-20, which is the first date of the semester, in this case, August 18th. Your visa, your I-901 CBIS payment fee receipt, and your I-94. I-94 is usually on Border Protection website. You can just Google I-94, honestly, and click on Get Most Recent I-94. Enter in all of your information there, and then you can save that as a PDF. It should look something like not the travel history, but kind of a list of your information and the most recent date of entry. You're gonna go onto My ASU and update your local address. You will also need a CBIS address. The local address must be in this proper format. You'll note that the address 2 is left blank and the apartment number is listed on the top line. You'll also want to add your CVIS address in there, which is the address in your home country. Here you are on the CVIS check-in page. This is from My ASU, so you'll see your priority test on My ASU. If you don't have this as a priority test on your My ASU, you're going to go straight to the eForm portal, which is actually pretty good training for the rest of your time here at ASU. So you're going to go to the portal. There are many different ways to get to the portal from our website, from Google, whatever. It's called the My ISSC eForm portal. Once you sign in, you're going to see on the left side, New Student Check-in. You'll first need to complete the quiz, and then you'll complete the eForm, including uploading all of your documentation for review. So we've kind of gotten through the website and your My ASU. Hopefully you visited the ISSC website for plenty of other information about the CBIS check-in process and all kinds of other immigration benefits and opportunities that you have while here at ASU. Here's your eForm portal information. There is a direct link, or you can just Google ISSC eForm. Like I said, the eForm portal is used to help students and scholars complete requests related to their immigration needs. From the portal, you can upload documents and get up-to-date information about your case status. You've got the side navigation tool that we saw before. In this case, you'll be using the new student check-in. And then you'll choose your e-form as you need. This is the F1 Student Services, and you can see there are a variety of e-forms, including your ability to ask to take a class at a community college, aka the authorization for additional coursework outside of ASU, adding a dependent such as a child or spouse, getting a new travel signature, all kinds of different things. So you can also see on the bottom your active notifications and requests, and it does notify us if you've read the notifications or the emails as well. Submitting the e-form, it'll have the kind of upload section here. You're going to just be going through and answering some questions and uploading some documents. After you've submitted your e-form, you want to make sure that it'll say submitted in the end. And if you're having trouble accessing the e-form, you make sure that you do the quiz first. But once you've submitted, you've fulfilled your reporting requirements. So that's important. Monitor your email for updates and requests. And the faster you rectify your follow-ups, the faster we can get your request approved and you all checked in. Then we don't have to badger you. Then this is a way to see the status. And that is it with this part of the presentation. I'll just go ahead and say a couple of other notes about attending ASU for the first time. We're so happy to have you on campus and hope that you take full advantage of really the plethora of opportunities that being on a college campus affords you. Be that socializing, be that, contacting professors both in and out of your area of study to learn more about what they do. And then also just kind of getting involved with the community. We hope that you will join in on a lot of the ISSC programming run by my dear friend Haley Kusno, who does a lot of just programming to help connect you to the community here, help you feel more at home. There's everything from game nights to watch parties to even a cricket night. So hoping to see you at some of the events, both ISSC and ISA are around, and looking forward to having you on campus once again.
Okay, that was Landon Davison, our advisor. Moving on. So like I mentioned again, a lot of information. I know this is all very like an overload of information for you guys at this point probably, but don't worry. We will be circulating all of this information, all of the links after the webinar. So now we will have one of the ISA board members, Harish, who will be going over a little bit of the things that you need to do as soon as you arrive in the US. Harish, the stage is yours.
Hi guys, I'm Harish Padmanabhan. I'm doing my master's in mechanical engineering and I'm the director of events for ISA for 2022-23. So I'll be talking about things that you all will need to do after arriving in Tempe. Next slide. Yes. So one of the most important things that you need to do is go and collect your student ID card. So you have to collect your ID card from the student services in Memorial Union basement. And this ID card is going to be used for various resources and will mostly be used for entering certain buildings such as Hayden Library, Noble Library, Sun Devil Fitness Center, to name a few. The important thing to note about the ID card is you have to upload a photo online for which the link is provided. And once you upload it, you will be given the choice between choosing between the basic Sun card or the Pitchfork card. The Pitchfork card is basically a two-in-one, which is your ID card as well as your debit card. If you plan on choosing the Pitchfork card, you will need to go and collect it from the Midfirst Bank, which is located on campus. Next slide. Yes. So coming up to bank account, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, and Midfirst are the most common banks in Arizona and US. And students often prefer to choose Chase and Midfirst because of the offers that they give on opening the bank account. And Midfirst is also preferred because of its location. That is, it's placed in Memorial Union, which is easy to access for the students on campus. And students usually prefer to open checkings account because of the day-to-day transactions that they will be doing. And some of the banks offer student accounts. So basically, if you are under the age of 25, you can open a student account. And in Bank of America, if you open a student account, you have a 0 monthly service fee. Now coming to mobile network setup, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and Mint Mobile, they are generally preferred because of the good network coverage and service. All these four mobile networks, they provide eSIM, so you can actually take the SIM and activate it as soon as you land in US. And it is preferred that you go in for a family plan, as it will reduce your cost for these SIM charges on a monthly basis. Next. Yes. So the main documents that you will be required for opening a bank account will be your passport, signed I-20, your lease agreement, first and the last page indicating your name and the address where you will be residing in the US, your university acceptance offer letter, and you will be needing to carry some cash with you when you are opening the account, as you will be needing to deposit it once you open it. And please note that you will be needing to carry all of these documents in original, and none of the Xerox copies or scanned copies will be accepted. Also, it is preferred that you all book an appointment beforehand, as during the fall intake, many students will be coming. So there will be a huge amount of rush, and walk-ins are not entertained by banks for opening accounts. Next, yes. So talking about social security number, it can only be applied for once you get a on-campus job or a TARA position. And this social security number will be required for receiving your first paycheck once you get a job. Basically, for applying for social security number, you will be required to contact the ISSC, who will guide you with the process of the application. Now, once you have completed the required steps that are required by the side of Arizona State University, you will be required to book an appointment with the Social Security Administration, and you will be required to carry your passport, your continued attendance I-20, your I-94, your employment offer letter with employer signature and ISSC attestation, and completed SSN application form, which will be provided to you by ISSC side or via their email. So if you have any further doubts regarding the SSN application, you can always refer to their website, or you can always go and contact ISSC. Please note that you can only apply for SSN once you get a job. You cannot apply it simply because you want a state ID or some number. It can only be applied if you have a job or a TARA position. Now, thank you. Now, Dolce will talk a little bit about the on-campus jobs.
Hello. Hi everyone, this is Dolce. I am a master's student in electrical engineering, and I am the joint secretary of ISA. So coming to on-campus job, I know many of you have questions like how to apply, where to apply, which all jobs are available. So I'll help you in this, how to go about it, the procedure. So next slide, Yashaswini. Okay, so there are three methods you can apply. Firstly is the main, that is the student's job, which you can apply via ASU portal. Just visit the ASU, My ASU app. You can find the campus services. Under that, it is the student employment under jobs and careers, and click on this on-campus job search and find out whichever job you will like it. Don't forget to mention your campus, whichever campus you are, like Tempe or if you have a Tempe campus, just mention as a Tempe because it would be easy for you. And don't and be sure that you should have a resume and a cover letter specific to the job. And next slide, Yashwini. The cover letter should be job specific. Like if you're applying for a library, make sure you have those points mentioned. The keywords are very important, and because your resume will be picked on the basis of that. Resume and the cover letter both should have the requirements as mentioned in the portal, and get it reviewed by seniors. But most efficient way is by ASU. We have a careers portal. More information about that will be given by Yashaswini at the end of the presentation, but but do get it reviewed, because each and every job have their own specifications, requirement. Accordingly, you have to prepare your resume and even the cover letter, also don't forget to have a reference. Like you should have 3 references, which is mentioned in the next slide. Yashaswini, can you go to the next slide? Okay, so don't forget that you should have 3 recommendations, and those all 3 recommendations, don't get it from the professors of your undergrad or the colleges which you are attending from India itself. Take it from those who are in campus right now, who are working, especially like if you want a job in food or else in which I will tell you later, or in a library. Make sure those people who are already working will give you the recommendation, which will be beneficial for you to get into it. Also, while applying, there will be FWS mentioned after the job name. So don't avoid applying to that, because it is mostly for the people who are the American citizens. So they have the eligibility and the preference over who are traveling internationally. So keep in mind that thing. And references I talk about, yeah, pay range will be $12.25 to $15. Students are only allowed to work 20 hours a week for the first year. That is your 9 months, actually, to be specific. And after 1 year, you can work 40 hours and off campus. Then yes, from this side is that much. Yashwini, can you change the slide? The second way is followed. If you want to apply to any of the bookstores or the campus stores, you can apply to this site. And the pay range is again 12.25. It's even 13, 14, depending on the what campus store you apply to. Next slide. The most favorite is the Aramark, because timings, yes, everyone like to work over here. So you can apply to the Aramark via Aramark portal. And keep in mind that Aramark is a third party linked to SU providing the dining services. So they have their procedures different, but it is an on-campus, because all the dining facilities which are there in ASU, you can work in it. The pay range is again 12.25 to 13. It depends on what position you are. And in this specific case, do look for reference, and look for seniors who are graduating or who are in the second year, because they might move to their co-op or internships, and will be requiring to hand over their positions to the incoming students. So do get connected with those who are there on the LinkedIn, even Instagrams. We all are there. We all have worked. Like many of us are still looking for jobs right now who have not got. Look for the seniors who have already worked with this, so that they can recommend you, and it will be an easy flow to get into it. And yeah, going back to the ASU ASU on-campus jobs, I would like to also give a tip to this. Like whenever you apply to any of the grader positions or even RA, make sure that you like it is one of the tip I can say, mail the professors. If it like applying to the portal is right, that's the actual flow which everyone follows, but this process also many of them follow and get into it. So just mail the professors, give your requirements, why are you eligible to it, how they can benefit to it, and give your cover letter especially, because cover letter is very important, and give all your all the important things like if for a subject you want to be a grader, why are you eligible, what have you done, how much you have scored, everything, just give it in it. And this is also one of the chance to get into on-campus jobs. Yashwini, can you go to the next slide? I think, yeah, it is done. All the questions we will look forward to the end of the presentation. Now R&TA will be take over by Tejal.
One more quick note before Tejal joins in, and I saw a couple of questions in the chat about Zolve. Zolve is definitely one of the most preferred bank accounts that Indian students here use. And for this reason, we will be having a dedicated segment later where Zolve will also be talking about the different advantages that they offer over the different bank accounts. And we will have a dedicated Q&A section with them towards the end as well. But just to answer that. And okay, Tejal, floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Tejal. I'm an undergrad studying computer science. I'm a junior and I'm the director of marketing at ISA. I will be talking about TA and RA opportunities at ASU. Next slide, please. So what is a TA and an RA opportunity? So a TA is the short form for a teaching assistant. And this work basically comprises of assisting faculty in courses and lab courses. And this work comprises of hosting office hours to tutor students, creating assignments and tests, and proctoring examinations. An RA is the short form for research assistant, and this basically involves assisting faculty in research and creating and developing material for the particular research that the faculty is conducting. So as you can see, there are two different things, teaching assistant and teaching associate, and a research assistant and research associate. And these both things are essentially very similar. There's just a difference between the amount of work and responsibility between the two, where an associate has a higher amount of responsibility and work. Next slide, please. So how to apply for a TA and RA. So if you're interested in being a TA or an RA, you need to approach the professor working in your area of interest and express to them that you are interested in being a TA or an RA, and they will let you know whether they have the availability and what are the minimum requirements that you need to follow in order to apply for this position. So even though a TA or an RA position starts off with a verbal contract between the professor and the student, the TA or RA position is essentially offered by the department. So you can only start the work once you have been offered a written offer, letter. So there are some minimum requirements for being a TA or an RA, and this includes maintaining a good academic standing, which means at least a 3.0 GPA. And if your native language is not English, you need to have at least a minimum score of 26 on the TOEFL so that you can show that you have the English proficiency that is required. And for spring and fall semesters, you must be registered in at least 6 credits. You can also TA or RA during the summer, during which you need to be registered for at least 1 credit hour. Usually for these positions, PhD students are preferred over master students, but that does not mean that master students cannot apply. You can still apply and you may get the job depending on the situation or the opportunities available. Next slide, please. So the workload and benefits of being a TA or an RA. So the stipend and tuition waiver depends on the amount of hours you're working. So the TAs or RAs who work the maximum of 20 hours per week, you get an entire rebate on your tuition, and you also get a stipend for your daily expenses, and the stipend varies. It depends on your offer letter. So that is something that is specifically mentioned on your offer letter. So TAs and RAs working 10 to 19 hours a week receive an award that covers 100% of your non-resident tuition, and the remaining tuition covers 50% of a waiver, and rest 50% you would need to pay for it. And stipends are also offered in this situation. The last benefit is that the university provides an award covering the premium for the individual health insurance as long as you meet the minimum requirements, which includes being registered in 6 credit hours for the semester, working 20 hours per week, and you must also be hired within the first 8 weeks of the semester. However, these are general requirements, and your particular requirements might be more specific, which will be mentioned in your offer letter. Next slide, please. So once you've been offered the position of a TA or an RA, there are certain trainings that you need to complete before you received your first paycheck. So once you receive the offer for being a TA or an RA at your My ASU, you will also get a staff button. So once you click on the staff button, you'll be able to access the various trainings. These trainings are completed through a website called Career Edge, which you can see on My Tasks on the staff button on My ASU. Next slide, please. So this is what the Career Edge website looks like. There are various kind of trainings such as lab safety training, fire hazard training. All of these you need to complete before you receive your first paycheck, and the deadline for the completion of these would be mentioned on your offer letter. Next slide, please. So for more information on graduate TA and RA positions, there's a handbook specially made by ASU. So please look through this handbook for the very specific details and benefits of being a TA or an RA. Next slide, please. So other than the TA and RA positions that are offered to graduate students, ASU has a very unique opportunity of offering TA and RA positions to undergraduate students. So these positions are called UGTAs, which basically is the short form for undergraduate teaching assistant. And these students are specifically picked out by faculty to assist in coursework. And most of these recruitments are within the Fulton School of Engineering. And being a UGTA, you would assist the faculty in core engineering classes, specifically a course that you would have done really well in, and the professor wants to take you on for assisting them in the class. Another opportunity is being an ASU 101 section leader, which is basically the work of a TA, but you would be assisting in the ASU 101 course, which is a 1-credit course that freshmen take in the very first semester. So some of the minimum requirements for being a UGTA or an ASU 101 section leader is that you need to be at least a sophomore or higher. So I understand that most of the students coming in right now are freshmen, but it's good to know of this opportunity beforehand so that you can keep an eye out. And if in your freshman year, there's any particular course that you're doing really well in and you want to be a UGTA for that in your sophomore year, please keep that in mind and talk to your professors beforehand so that you know that this is an opportunity that you can approach. Some of the other requirements is maintaining a good GPA of at least 3.0, and you must also receive at least a grade of B or higher in the course that you want to UGTA for. But each professor has specific requirements. You would need to talk to the professor to see if they have any more specific requirements that they need for you to become a UGTA. Next slide, please. So the responsibilities and stipends of being a UGTA or a section leader. UGTAs spend about 5 hours a week working, and ASU 101 section leaders spend around 2.5 hours a week. And you would also need to enroll and successfully complete FSC 201, which is a 1-credit course which comprises of all the trainings and paperwork that you need to complete for being a UGTA. And the stipend for this includes $1,000 per semester for UGTAs and $500 per semester for section leaders for 1 section. So being a section leader, you can also be a TA for up to 3 sections. So then you can earn up to like $1,500 if you're taking for 3 sections, or $1,000 if you're taking for 2 sections. And for more information, you can look at the ASU website. Next slide, please. So undergraduate research, ASU also uniquely offers a lot of undergraduate research opportunities. So you can get involved in research pretty early in your career at ASU. Not all of the research opportunities are paid. Some of them come with a stipend. Some of them come in the form of a course that you can add onto your schedule. So you're essentially working for credits. So each of the requirements and responsibilities are varying depending on the research program that you enroll in. And there are a lot of research programs in Fulton School of Engineering and in the School of Life Sciences. So please look at the ASU website for a detailed view of options of the various research programs you can enroll in as an undergraduate student. Next slide, please. And in order to look for more financial aid and scholarship services, you can look at the ASU website to look for grants and financial aid. Next slide.
Okay, thank you, Tejal. As you might have seen, there is a theme to this webinar this time, and it mostly revolves around all the different kinds of ways that you can develop yourself academically, professionally, for your career goals, etc. Now, one of the best parts about ASU is that we have a dedicated department at ASU that works full-time on this, which is the Career and Professional Development Services. And they have a lot of resources for students for helping them prepare for internships, for job opportunities, etc. They do various things for students, and they have workshops catered for resume building, for resume review, workshops on how to ace your interviews, and just basically all the information and all the tips and tricks that you need to navigate the professional market in the US and how to present yourself in the best light to recruiters, etc. The Career Center department does have 4 centers across all 4 campuses. So irrespective of which campus you'll be attending, you have resources available to you in this forum. And not only that, the CPDS department also has specialized career centers for the Fulton School and the WP Carey School, which is the engineering school and the business school respectively. And they have a lot of resources available for any interested students. And this is a link to their website, but to explain and talk a little bit more about the kind of services that they offer and the kind of support and resources you can expect from them, we will have a small video again by Julia Tebin, who is the Associate Director of the Global Career Initiative. Unfortunately, she also could not be here with us in person today, but we will be having a small video shared by her today.
Hi, future Sun Devils. My name is Julia Tebin. Thank you so much for having me today. And I'm sorry that I'm not able to join. It's a little late my time, but just appreciate Yash and the rest of the group letting me come on and record a really quick video about career support at Arizona State University. So my role is really focused on supporting all of you as international students in your career readiness and your journey in professional development at the university. And there's a lot of things that you can do to take part in your own career readiness, but I understand that it can also be a little bit overwhelming. So I've recorded this video just to get you started on some things to think about as you're registering for classes and as you're planning to come to the university, some of those things that I recommend doing before you even set foot at ASU. So the first thing I recommend doing is going over to our website, career.asu.edu. Bookmark it, favorite it. It is really the place where you can go to find all of the resources that you could possibly need when it comes to finding jobs, internships, resume support, anything you name it. Career.asu.edu is really your place to be. So once you come to our website, you'll notice on the homepage that there's a little button over here that says Handshake, and it says sign in. Do that. That's step 1. So Handshake is our one-stop shop for all things related to career development at Arizona State University. And I'm going to give you a really quick peek to what Handshake looks like. So when you actually come to Handshake, the first time that you log in, you'll log in using your ASU Right. So that's that little login that's sort of a combination of your first and your surname. You'll use that to log in, and then it'll bring you through the process to actually set up an account. So you just have an account waiting to be activated just by virtue of being an ASU student. Once you log in, you'll be asked to create and set up your profile. You can upload a resume if you have one, and it will pre-populate things for you. You can also put that profile together manually, and there's actually some support resources on the website if you'd like some support in setting up that profile as well. But once you're logged into Handshake, you'll notice that there's a lot of things that you can do here. But I want to really concentrate, just for the purposes of this short presentation, on the jobs, events, and employers. So on jobs, that's where you can look for internships, part-time internships, full-time internships, as well as full-time positions after you graduate as well. I imagine a lot of you are looking to potentially use your CPT, so that would be things like internships, and then your OPT full-time after you leave ASU. Also, if you check out the events, there's a lot of different events. There's career fairs, there's workshops, there's networking mixers, lots of different opportunities for you to connect with others, to build skills, to meet with employers throughout the course of your time at Arizona State. But I'm going to show you some really quick filters that you can take advantage of. So if you click on the filters tool, you will see, first of all, there is a label section. If you type in global career initiatives, you'll see that label will come up. That's all of our events specifically for you as international students. You can attend all of the events that are at Arizona State, but these are really tailored for international students to help you start thinking about your career readiness. So definitely check these out. We already have our schedule planned for the fall for our workshops. So they're all going to be listed here if you click on Global Career Initiatives. But then also, when you're searching for employers, there is a lot of different filters over here, the same thing with jobs, that you can leverage to really make sure that you are looking at employers, at jobs, at events that are really specific to you. So just as a really quick example, there are employers who have said, in fact, there's thousands of them that have said that they are open to hiring international students. They're excited about the talent that you bring to their organizations. And so if you come over here, there is a little filter that says accepts OPT CPT. So those employers have said, yes, for our positions, we will accept students who have that kind of work authorization. And then there's also will sponsor or doesn't require a US visa. So there's two different options there. I recommend clicking on both as you're starting your search. But of course, if you're looking to use CPT, using just that CPT option can be really beneficial as well. So that's just a really, really quick overview of Handshake. We actually have entire workshops where you can dive into the platform and learn more, but it's a really, really great tool, and it's going to be the place where you are going to need to go if you want to schedule an appointment with a career advisor, if you want to attend a career event, if you want to search for full-time positions. Employers internationally and nationally are using Handshake to connect with students across the globe. The other thing I wanted to just alert you to, again, on our website, you can find this by going to Working Internationally. There's a tool called InnerStride. So InnerStride focuses a lot on international student support and global support for domestic students who want to also work abroad. And it is a really, really great resource. So it's a lot like Handshake in that it has events, it has workshops, it has learning tools, but it also has this really great tool where you can look at the top 500 H-1B sponsoring employers. So these are employers who have actually successfully sponsored folks to work in the United States under the H-1B sponsorship. Now, of course, for a lot of you, if you're looking to leverage your OPT either for 1 year or that 3-year extension, you might not be thinking of sponsorship right now, but it's likely that if a student is, or if an employer is sponsoring, that they're also open to hiring folks who are on OPT as well. So again, InnerStride, similar to Handshake, you have an account just waiting for you to be activated. You sign in with your ASU Right, and you can use that tool as well. So really encouraging you to kind of diversify your search and the platforms that you're using. And then finally, the last thing, I know a lot of you are probably interested in part-time positions on campus. So I wanted to show you where you can look for those positions and just talk about those really quick. So over at the Careers at ASU website here, you can see that there's the student job opportunities on campus and off campus on-campus search. So you'll click on that. My computer isn't working right now, but you'll click on that link and you'll be asked again to log in, likely using your ASU Right, and you can search for all of the on-campus opportunities. Now, one thing I want to point out, they are very competitive. It is a competitive process to search for on-campus jobs. So I recommend scheduling an appointment with a member of our team, or you can even leverage what we have on our website. It's called Resume Dropbox. So over here on that resumes and application materials tool, you can go ahead and upload your resume and you will get tailored feedback within 48 hours. Really recommending that also after you get your resume reviewed, that you look at the position really closely that you're applying to and making sure that you are tailoring it to that specific, tailoring your resume and your application to that specific opening, and being really clear about how your skills, your experience, your interest really fits with that position that you're applying for. So just a few words of advice as you're getting started. Of course, there are so many opportunities for you to connect with our office, and I really, really recommend that you do. Please visit our website, check out the resources there, connect with our team, visit us at career events, log on to Handshake, all of the things. We're really excited to have you as part of the Sun Devil family, and we're really, really excited to help support you in your career journey. So thank you so much, and have a great, wonderful rest of your summer. Thanks.
Okay. So that was Julia. As she said, you can always reach out to her via email. You can always visit their website for more information. And now to talk a little bit more about, about the preferred system for banking, as well as some of the perks and the advantages that Zolve is offering for students when they sign up with them. We will have a short presentation from Zolve. Manisha and Rohit from Zolve are here today, and I will enable.
Hi.
Hi, Manisha. Hi, Rohit.
Hi, guys. I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, you should be able to do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So hi everyone. First of all, congratulations on getting a step closer to one of the top US universities. I believe you would be in the process of filling up your visas and getting it done, and starting up a new journey in a new country and with new things. So with new countries, new journeys, there are things like good things, and there are some challenges as well. And financial challenges is something which kind of, one second, yeah. So financial challenges is something where Zolve comes in picture to solve, because once you land into the US, you need to have a good credit history, and because so that you can get access to different credit products with respect to credit card, loans, and maybe you need to have a good SSN, which is the social security number. And you only get that number once you start working. So what we at Zolve are doing is we are trying to help students to get access to a world-class banking in terms of getting access to different financial products like bank account and credit card right when they are in their home country. So you are in India, and you can get an access to having a bank account right here, and you can get an access to have a credit card before you leave in for the US. So it's a very simple process of downloading the app, and the application is 100% online. It's a 5 minutes account opening process. You don't need to have a social security number, and the best thing about it is like you start to improve your credit history right on the first day of getting the card, on getting the bank account. You don't need a minimum balance. There is no monthly fees, no annual fees required. And the best part of it, like you need to have the best part of it that you don't need to carry a lot of cash while you're traveling into the US, and there is a free India to US transfer of money so that it can help you out there. Apart from that, we also have a credit card which gives you a good credit limit, which is somewhere around $1,500 to $5,000. And the best thing about it is like you start building your credit history without having an SSN from the day one. There is zero APR interest for the first 15 months. So, and there are different cashback offers with respect to different brand tie-ups. There are more than 10K merchants which we have tied up with, which is H&M, Amazon, Airbnb, Adidas, and Walmart. And you get good discounts over it. So you just heard that how getting a bank account in the US is very difficult because you have to go through a lot of paperwork. You have to kind of have a lot of, you might take a lot of time to kind of get this particular process in settled. But then you are in India right now, and just download the Zolve app, just access, just do the 5 minutes online application on the Zolve app, and then you get the credit, and then you get the bank account and the credit card right in India. So I have my colleague Rohit, who would be taking you through the special offers which we have for the webinar participants. So yeah, over to you, Rohit.
The host should unmute me.
Yeah, 1 second.
Hello everyone, this is Rohit from Zolve. I hope everyone is having an insightful session. Just to summarize the slides that we have seen, even before going to US, you can start your US bank account and credit card in India itself. So it will help you with a lot of things, like you do not have to carry cash or Forex card. In India itself, you have everything with you. That is the thing. But today we are here to give you a very, very special offer. And I have to say that you are lucky. You are lucky because you attended this webinar and you got a chance to actually see this offer that we are giving it to you. Before I announce about it, I would like to say that, going to US for education is a very costly affair. You guys will take heavy loans. You will, and your parents will be ending up using all their savings for your US education. So we thought that, we have to do something for the students for 2022 batch financially, so that you are much more armed financially before you go to US. So the offer that we're going to give it to you guys is a scholarship, a chance to participate in scholarship, and the scholarship amount is almost up to $20,000 over there. So if you are going to US for fall 2022, here is your chance to win. And this is a really exciting offer for everyone. And the best thing is that only the first 2,000 students who participate for this scholarship will be eligible for this. And what I suggest right now is that we have a special offer for you guys. We were going to share a link. Manisha, if you can share the link in the chat over here. So basically there is a link over here. If you can click on it, and automatically the sign up code ASU will be populated. So you can sign up right away. We're going to take 2-3 minutes time off so that everyone over here can actually click on this link from their mobile phones. Just sign up right away. It's a very simple process. You have to just give your email ID. You have to create your password for it. You'll get an OTP. Then you have to give your mobile number. Then you will get an OTP. You have to mention which month you need to travel, you're traveling for. And then you need to update your passport. That's it. The minute you update your passport, you are eligible for this scholarship program. And so we'll just wait for another 1-2 minutes over here so that everyone over here can participate. Yeah, I'll just wait for 1 minute. Yeah, everyone can apply from their personal email ID, not necessarily from their student email ID over there. You can apply from your personal email ID. So I'll tell you a technique how you can win this actually. So there are at least, I think there are 189 participants who are watching this, and there might be some people who are watching this YouTube live, but it's all about sharing, right? So basically the minute the way you can win this scholarship is that, you have to be carefree, and you let all your friends who are going to this Arizona State University, you can share the link with them so that they can also participate. We ensure that people who are referring more, ensuring that because of you, many people are participating in the scholarship, the chances of winning will be more. So that's the reason I suggest share this link to each and every one of your friends who are going to Arizona State University, so that you have a better eligibility to win. Previous slide. Yeah. So the scholarship program that is available is only for 20 lucky winners over there. So out of 2,000 people, so there are very high chances if you sign up to Zolve today, there are very high chances that you would be winning it. But we also thought that, there is one more challenge that people face apart from financial aspect of it. That is, we spoke with almost 2021 batch of students over there. Almost 10,000 Zolve customers have taken 10,000 of the students who have taken Zolve credit card and bank account with us in 2021. I have personally spoken to them, and I realized that the minute they land in US, the first thing they require is a US SIM card over there. So everyone were using an Indian SIM card, because of the international roaming that is available over there. Their mobile prices were very high, and there was a big issue with their mobile bills over there. So we thought, why not give a US SIM card in India itself? So we are giving a free US SIM card to all the webinar participants who are here right now. You will be getting a SIM card in India itself, so that the minute you land in US, your SIM card gets activated, and you can start using your free US SIM card in US over there. And the offers that we are going to give for this free US SIM card, which is absolutely free for 1 month, is you're going to get 1 GB data for free. There is unlimited US to US calling. When I wanted to emphasize on the fact that it is unlimited US to US calling over there, and you have 100 minutes US to India calling. So you can talk to your parents. That you have reached safely, and you can also talk to them what's happening in US. So the biggest challenge that you would face in the next few months after you land in US is not having a US SIM card, and we are offering it for free. What you have to do is just sign up to the link that we have shared. The code ASU will be auto-populated over there. You have to just sign up. I'm just repeating the sign up process. There will be an email ID. There will be you need to create your password over there. Then you will get an OTP. Then mobile number, you get an OTP. You have to select which month you are traveling, so that we can courier your SIM cards before that time when you are in India, and you have to update your passport. I wanted to emphasize on the fact that your sign up will be completed only once you update your passport. Cool. And the SIM card offer is only available to the participants who are signing up by tomorrow itself. So if you want to share the link to your friends, please ensure that they are signing up by tomorrow, so that they can also get a free US SIM card. So whoever is signing up with the code ASU will be eligible for both scholarship and also for the free US SIM card that you will get in India itself. And for SIM card, the offer validity is only till tomorrow. Please ensure that in all your WhatsApp groups, in all your Facebook groups, or in all your Telegram groups, whoever is going to this Arizona State University, you share the link with them. You do communicate them what we are offering right now, so that maximum people get benefited. Yes, you have to just update your passport. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, one more point that I would like to say, we'll just take 1 or 2 minutes more while people are signing up for this wonderful offer. I would like to talk about the credit card that we offer also, right? See, when you're going to US, right, when you're going to a new country, you might not know what financial conditions you'll come across. It is very difficult. Suppose if you come across any emergency situations, you might not have friends or relatives or parents in US over there. So the biggest challenge that you will face is that you will ask your parents for from financial funds, and they might not do the transfer immediately. That's the reason you always need to have a credit card where you have at least up to $5,000 in your hand. That's the reason for all the Zoll customers, we are providing up to $5,000, so that any emergency that comes to you, even if you have to buy your laptop or something that comes across to you as an emergency, you can start using our Zoll credit card over there. And what we're going to do is that we are giving a very special offer to everyone. So this credit card that we are offering right now is 0% APR, that is 0% interest rate. That is, if you use $1,000 from the credit card, you will pay only $1,000 over there. That too for the next 15 months. I'm going to repeat myself again, that if you use $1,000 credit card from Zolve, you have to pay only $1,000 over there. There is 0% interest rate that is available for you. So what I suggest, this is a must. If you're going to US, this is a must have credit card that you need to have, because you never know what kind of emergency you will come across. So we almost have 10,000 students in the entire US who have taken a credit card in the 2021 batch. And also you can use this credit card for your daily expenses, like for traveling, for buying groceries, for eating out, or even going out for clubs, whatever it is. So ensure that you have a credit card with you, and you can start using it from the day when you land in US. Once you land in US, you need to take a selfie so that we know that you are in US. The credit card, the debit card, and the bank account details will be couriered to you in your US address itself. So feel free. Zolve has always been associated helping students so that they don't face any kind of emergency situations, or they do not face any kind of hassles when they're in US. So just have fun and have ensure that you have good education over there as well. So that's it. Thank you so much. So I'll just take another 30 seconds just to say that, just sign up with the code ASU, the link that we have shared right now. You can share it with your friends in WhatsApp and Telegram groups who are going for Arizona State University for this fall 2022 batch. The SIM card will be available only to the users who are signing up by tomorrow. And the scholarship is if you're signing up with the code ASU with Zolve, you are eligible for the scholarship as well. Thank you so much. And also you'll be getting a communication from us after this webinar is over. And just one more minute, Manisha, if you can just share the Zolve website so that we can, we'll just take another 20 seconds over here. We'll just share the Zolve website.
Hi guys, if we can just have all the information now shifted to chat, because we do have to, we do have to start with the live Q&A.
Sure. I think can we just share the screen so that people who are watching this live or who will be watching this video later can just go to our website and how to
we can just have we will share the.
Yeah, so this is our website over here. It is zolve.com. You have to just go to the homepage, click on Get It Now. If you click on Get It Now, this is the onboarding form. This is the sign up code. So we have an option called Have a Referral Code over there. You click on Add, type ASU, capital ASU. That means you'll be eligible for the US SIM card, free US SIM card in India, and also you'll be participating for $20,000 scholarship. That's it. Thank you so much, guys. I think we can go ahead with the presentation.
Okay, we unfortunately don't have a lot of time left now for the live Q&A, but before we jump to the live Q&A, quick note to all the new students. The welcome orientation, which will be hosted by ISSC, which is the official international student welcome, will be on August 15th of this year for the incoming fall batch. And as a newly incoming student, you're most welcome to participate, to attend. It will be a day-long event. It will have various officials coming and talking to you regarding, the first steps to take once you come here, just giving you kind of like a welcome to ASU. And the registration link will be circulated pretty soon, but more information regarding the orientation can always be found on the ISSC website. Okay, and with that, we have come to an end for this webinar. The next webinar will essentially just be an open Q&A forum. We will have the Zoom room running. You will be welcome to join in at any time. You can hop in, hop out as per your time constraints. And we will have ISA student board members on the call, and we will be there to answer any questions. It could be literally anything. It could be regarding a topic that we've already covered in the previous webinar. It could be regarding something that we haven't covered. And we will do our best to answer your questions to the best of our knowledge. The date and the time of the next webinar will be conveyed later. I hope all of you are on our student WhatsApp group. If not, we will post the link right now again. And this is where a majority of the communication from ISA will reach you. If not, always, again, follow us on our social media platforms, and you are bound to get this information one way or another. We are very thorough and exhaustive about information dissemination. Okay, and with that, we will start the live Q&A right now. I request Akash